I want to know where you are in the across the spectrum of brand new to experienced and everywhere in between. Some of you guys are brand new and have never done a deal. I realize that, and I've got a poll for you here in a minute. And what I can tell you about being brand new is, everyone who's in the business was there at one time. And the most important thing of all when you're brand new is to get to that first deal. That's your proof of concept. Or put another way, that's that first breath of air when you're a newborn baby. And sometimes when you're born, you just take that breath, and sometimes you don't, and the doctor has to smack you in the fanny to get you to go. That's the ultimate and clearly first pattern interrupt that you will experience when the doctor slaps your fanny. Your first deal is like that first breath of oxygen. You will die without that first deal. And when you do it, everything will change. Here's a picture of my first deal. Now, the picture stinks. And it's like, what's with the landscaping, man? That looks like garbage. Well, look, this house, this was in 1992. And that's the best picture of the outside I have. I wasn't thinking about sharing pictures of this 30 years later. And it was in the spring when I finished the rehab, and I hadn't done a quick little landscape, curb appeal job on it. I was just about to, and that was the last step, and boom, I sold it. In Rochester, New York, I lived in Danbury, Connecticut at the time. I commuted 18 times, 18 weekends. I drove back and forth, 350 miles, 5.5 hours each way. So 11 hours round trip, 18 times, because I was intent on doing a rehab and doing all the work myself. Translation? Moron! But I didn't know any better. I was brand new, and I thought that's what I needed to do. And all I had to go on was Carlton Sheets' program. And boy, am I dating myself with that, am I not? And with his program, there were basically two strategies: buy, fix, and sell, buy, hold, and rent. Well, in the program, he talked about houses at the time that were like $80,000, $90,000. Well, where I lived in Southern Connecticut, you couldn't buy a garage for that, let alone a house. And this was 30 years ago. So I had gone to college in Rochester, which is about an hour and a half from where I'm standing now. And I have to this day, have a great friend who was a realtor and appraiser, still is. And he helped me get to find this deal. And I said, well, I want to do the work myself. And he said, okay, well, it'll probably take you about 5 weekends to get it done. And 18 weekends later, I finished it. But I got my first paycheck. And man, everything changes. Well, like what? Well, when you get your first paycheck, you will instantly become the smartest person you know. You will have the proof of concept you need. You will have absolute certainty in your head that you can do this. And what that means is when someone comes up to you and says, what's with you? Why are you so special? Why can't you just work a job like everyone else? There's no money in real estate. Well, because you heard me when I'm saying right now, when you do that first deal, the closing agent, title company, or attorney is going to say, well, let me get your banking information so I can send you a wire transfer. No, thank you. We would like a check. I want a check. And if it's out of state, fine, we'll FedEx it to you. Fine, it costs you $22 to have it, whatever it is, to have it FedExed to you. Then scan it, photocopy it, take pictures of it with your phone so that you never, ever don't have that check with you in some form. Put a copy of it on the back of your visor in your car. When you lift the toilet seat, there it is, on the mirror where you brush your teeth. So you are constantly reminded that you did this. And have a copy of it on paper in your wallet, your purse, wherever, somewhere handy, so that when some negative Nelly in your world, and we all have them, comes up to you and says, what makes you so special? Why can't you just work a job? There's no money in real estate. You get the copy of that check out and you wave it in their face and you say, if what you're saying is true, then how do you explain this? That's why we call it the shut up check, because we have to silence those people. Some of them are very close to us, so we kind of do it as politely as we can. but we have to silence them. They cannot win.